Okay, we're going live. We're going live. We're doing some craziness right now. We're gonna laugh for a little bit because Vaush is posting cringe right now. So we're just gonna go ahead and see this. He's trying to make himself legit by saying, "Oh well, actually, kids going to pride events may not be the greatest thing, with all the sex stuff." Here we go. Here we go. Let's just fuck it. Let's just get into it. Okay, here we go.
I think they want to fucking diddle kids, which you've done again
Now,
and again.
so the take that you're referring to there is I have said, and this is the point that I've been specific on, that there should be a section of Pride which is quote unquote family friendly, and that kids should be able to go to without there being overt sex stuff there, and that people who are fastidiously arguing that every element of Pride has to have the kink in the sex.
I'm sorry, but that is not true.
Wait, hold on.
That is not true. That is not the clarity with which you've stated this at all. I'm sorry, but
wait, can I finish the point?
Oh, sure.
And that anyone who continues to fastidiously argue in favor of having kink and sex at that event too, that having everything, that too.
Never said that.
Wait,
You've never laid it out like
Demon
that.
Mama,
This is
you
a Mott and
just said-
Bailey.
Wait, hold on. This is not a Mott and Bailey, okay?
Yes, it absolutely is.
This is hilarious.
Please. So, those groups of people, I admit to being curious about with their intentions, or at the very least, their arguments sound to me very similar to arguments I've seen from actual child abusers, and it's something that I'm very suspicious of.
I'm gonna blow up my eardrums otherwise.
Holy
shit!
Been hyperbolic in my insults, then I will absolutely own up to that as I think this, and I'm never going to take the position that I optically optimized the entirety of this conversation.
You broke up there.
But I think that this.
I think I lost you.
Hello.
Sorry, you were breaking up there for a second.
I'm not making the argument that I optically optimized any portion of this broader discussion. However, if your two arguments are I was overly hyperbolic and also I was non-specific in the criticisms that I was levying, I don't know if those are enough to justify the claims you've made. That I'm making 6 Mott and Baileys, that my arguments are completely illegitimate.
No, I really wait. I never said anything.
Oh my goodness! Here we go.
Completely illegitimate.
Yeah.
Don't put words in my mouth.
Optically optimized. Exactly.
Here's the situation. So what I'm frustrated about is that it's not just a matter of slight.
Let's do this, man.
Slight hyperbolicness. And I said this on my stream that I did yesterday.
So wait, you think my arguments are valid then? Is this whole thing just going to be about me poisoning the well out of frustration?
Wait, hold on a second. No. Like, one, I don't think, okay, I think that that some of your arguments.
These are arguments from midwits who think that they are geniuses. I'm sorry. This is literally like midwit argument. Literally. But let's continue.
It is a massive, perhaps you could say this is an optical critique, but I think that this is a very severe rhetorical misstep. I think you've been rhetorically misstepping since the beginning.
Rhetorically misstepping. Holy shit. Come on, man.
Hold on. I want to finish.
Exasperatedly saying people who disagree with me are pedos thing.
Repeatedly. You've done this repeatedly.
Yeah, and
do you forget what topic we're talking about? Wait, Vaush, come on.
Is that the only thing?
No, come on. You got to let me say my piece here.
But I'm asking.
You of all
we've been
people
talking
should
for
know.
10 minutes. I just want to know if you have a problem with the arguments that I've made.
I mean, it depends. You've made a lot of arguments over the last couple of days. If we want to talk about specific one, I already have a document that I could do an actual.
Two gobblers. Yeah, exactly. Let's keep it real. They really are.
Talk about the thing that's most important to me, which is not just poisoning the well, like poisoning the discourse. Like, I mean, like to a degree of like an unbelievable level of toxicity.
I strongly disagree.
No, I don't. I think that's almost laughably ridiculous for you to claim that. Okay, you opened the door on that.
By the way, this is how Vaush loses friends. By the way, this is how he loses friends. You know, the only reason that he keeps people like what's his name, Hunter Avalone and Xander Hall is because they pretty much just repeat what he says, word for word. That's why, because they're pretty much just clones of him who just want to be more progressive so that they don't get accused of being like fascists or something. I mean, Demon Mama is cringe. Don't get me wrong, but it's like, come on, bro.
From a queer community are using arguments that come off kind of pedophilic.
What?
Yeah.
What made Demon Mama? I'm asking you a very direct question.
What are you talking about?
Okay, so do you think it is ever acceptable to say that language used by members of the queer community is
No,
pedophilic.
of course not. Of course
Okay.
you can. If there's language being used, but that is not the case. You're acting like you had this surgical approach,
So
and
you
you did
don't-
not.
no, wait,
I
I ju-
just
wait.
watched your video.
What do you mean? I'm acting like I had a surgical approach. 2 minutes ago, I said
We're gonna watch his response to like all the cringe shit that he said. So we're gonna watch that next because I'm a glutton for punishment. You know, I don't know about y'all, but let's hear this.
admitting it.
No, maybe today, but that's like barely even the beginning of this. Like, and you've
Yeah,
hardly done it.
exactly.
And
Absolutely.
as we're talking
Absolutely,
here, you're
Temujin.
downplaying people and insulting people who have a problem with the rhetoric that you're now trying to be like, oh, it was just hyperbolic. But that's
No,
not just hyperbole. This is way above and beyond hyperbole.
It is certainly hyperbole, and it's hardly the first and last time that I've made hyperbolic statements about the rest of the online left. But I
Vaush,
need
I've
you-
watched
Oh my
forever, I
goodness.
know.
I need you to move beyond like well poisoning discourse.
This is
The
hilarious.
interesting thing to
I
me
love
is that
laughing at
since
this
that
shit. This
pedo
is fucking
accusation
hilarious.
never made its way onto Twitter.
This
to
is
my
a
account,
yeah.
it wasn't
This is
even
the one.
part
Mhm.
of like the harassment that I got. As far as I was concerned, it was me being excessively frustrated from some absurd arguments that I saw in my chat and venting like during. But to
I mean,
me,
you
this
banned.
is not,
Listen, you
like,
banned a lot of people. You banned a lot of people making reasonable
I don't think I did.
arguments. You totally did.
Okay,
I'm sorry.
Wait,
Like,
Demon Mama, I'm
I
going
know
to need
people that you
actual-
banned.
I'm gonna need
Yeah,
actual arguments.
Wait. Okay.
'Cause
So, like, what do you
all
want to
you've
argue
done,
about then?
all you've done is
Right,
say,
no,
I
don't even
poisoned
give
the
me that.
well. You just
Yeah,
asked
you
a
did.
question.
You poisoned
What-
it really bad. You started this discourse.
my
You
God.
started discourse. You started discourse on this.
This is one of the many reasons why the left is never going to go anywhere in the United States because of dumb shit like this.
saw shit from my chat.
The internet was a mistake, even though I'm on the internet right now. It was a mistake.
Stuff, and yet you're willing to say that people who disagree with you, you're willing to engage in
Yeah.
in quote unquote hyperbole, which I would argue
Demon
is
Mama.
irresponsibly high
The content
hyperbole.
of that stream is public information. The receipts are
Yeah.
right there. I don't remember every message that I respond to during the end of a live
Okay.
stream. There were a lot of people who seemed to be downplaying the severity of overt sex acts in front of children. People who were defending it in ways.
Yeah, but I absolutely agree. Is that Vaush is correct, but he's still cringe because he's trying to make shit legit. I think that's his biggest problem. He is trying to make everything legitimate and to try to make it more pragmatic. Like, maybe if we just don't say, maybe when we say a cab, we don't mean running from the cops or trying to beat up a cop trying to kung fu. It's a mess. It's a mess, man. It's a mess. It's okay. Run while you can. Run. It's all right. When you ban people from the chat, they are terminally online. Being banned from Vaush's chat is like a knife in the heart of for these people. It really is. It's the same thing even with Superpower Broadcasting. He was in there and he such a boomer. He doesn't even realize it's like he doesn't look at YouTube chat, bro. He just goes on YouTube chat because it's easier to stream on YouTube, and he's been banned from Twitch. So it's like, oh shit. Let's hear. Okay. 5 more minutes and then we'll watch the other vid.
Do you want me to, or do you want me to give you the argument that I care about, that I brought up on my stream and actually critiqued?
If your argument is that it was irresponsible of me to elevate this discourse, then I would say that my initial statement on stream was very non-controversial, and the behavior from my chat or from some prominent chatters in my community actually made my skin crawl with how disgusting it was. And the subsequent bans that followed were to me no different than the many other times on stream that I've given a take I considered reasonable, and people reacted to it poorly. Now, did I choose to make a video afterwards? Did I choose to get involved in discourse on Twitter? I certainly did, but I didn't expect to have to do any of that. I was genuinely shocked by the responses from my chat, and continue to be from some of the people that I'm too busy to ban right now. So, like, if the
Please.
argument is...
You are the chat you create. I'm just going to say that. You are the chat you create, It's like, if you bring in folks that just say a lot of cringe shit, that just want to dab on conservatives and dab on right-wingers, but then when it comes to, like, pride parades where, it's okay for people to, go around and have a fuck fest, if you will, that's on you. That's on you, partner. And now you're trying to act like, oh, well, now, the thing is, look, he's trying to be more mainstream. That's the whole thing about Vaush. He's trying to be more mainstream. He's trying to be like, maybe we shouldn't just be, cringe LARPers and whatnot. The thing is, though, is that he's surrounded by shit like this. And you can see that he is that he's slowly giving up on left-wing ideas because of all this bullshit. He is slowly giving up on it, and he will just. And even though he doesn't call himself a liberal, he will. I will guarantee you, he will become a liberal within a couple of years. And he will just say, "Yeah, screw anarchism all the way. Just screw it. I don't want it." I guarantee you that's what's going to happen. Yeah. Vaush lied about Freedom Tunes. I did not. I didn't feel like seeing it because I just thought it was bullshit. But yeah, I'm sure it was cringe. You know. So whatever. Vaush is arguing against kids being shown sex acts, and the other is arguing for it. I think it just comes down more to rhetoric. Let's go ahead and watch the other video that he made explaining this. Okay. We'll let him.
I want you all to understand that the fact that I'm being forced to discuss this is genuinely pathetic, and I'm actually disgusted by the broader behavior of the left-leaning community.
Okay.
Not because all of you are pedophiles, but because none of you are stupid enough to understand the arguments that I'm making.
903 dislikes. That's pretty big for him.
Let me explain what pride is to anybody who hasn't actually been, okay? Historically, pride has been a lot of things. It's generally been like a parade, a march, sometimes a protest or a riot. There are a lot of directions that pride can take. Wait, did I say smart enough, stupid enough? No. We're going 40 IQ on this one, okay? You're trying to overthink it right now. We're going down to grug mode, okay? Because this is some intuitive shit. I hate to appeal to anti-intellectualism here, but the fact that there are people trying to fucking logic their way out of you shouldn't be sexual around kids, really weird.
Yeah.
So let's just.
He's talking about gay pride. Yeah. Yeah. I don't blame you. I'm lost as well, but he kind of explains it in this. So let's get to it.
Let's just think for a second, okay? Let's talk about what pride is. Now, historically, pride has been a lot of stuff, okay? Back in the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, gay people were more discriminated against here in the States. I'm referring here to America. This is like an America context type thing. And for that reason, pride parades tended to be a couple of things. First and foremost, they tended to be antagonistic, like to the broader society, which is fine. Broader society was being antagonistic to them. That works. And second of all, not a great place to bring your kids, because usually cops would crack down on it, people would be throwing rocks. It was bad, okay? It's not a great place to bring kids. Not because there were gay people there.
This is why the pedo stuff comes about Vaush. This is why, right here. This whole little clip. And this he put this out on the day he put the stream out because he knew people would clip the fuck out of him. You know, that's why the next day. So it's like that's why he put out the clip the day he did this stream. So
because it was a highly contentious social event that could lead to a lot of, you know, a lot of civil unrest, right?
Grug Vaush, yeah, exactly.
This is not the era in which we currently live. Most major cities, and even a lot of small cities, now have pride events. A pride event is usually orchestrated either by the city or by some nonprofit or by a local charity group or something like that. And they have this big festival, basically. The festival is held somewhere in a relatively public area, and it's meant to be a celebration of queer culture and history. Is everyone following so far? Now, I've been to a number of pride events. I lived near West Hollywood.
Fed posting intensifies. That's all I have to say. Fed posting intensifies.
One of the gayest places on the planet.
What's going on, Kaz? What's going on?
Saturated in the culture, okay, of, let's be real, white cis gay men being loud.
Yeah,
okay?
yeah.
I'm completely familiar with how this runs down, all right? So I've seen some people online, they're like, Vaush has never even touched a dick. He doesn't know.
Listen to this. Hold on. This is a great clip right here. Hold on.
I've sucked more dicks than you've ever seen online.
This motherfucker. This dude.
It's probably not true. You're probably all always online degenerates. But anyway.
Yeah. He wants to be the mainstream and is arguing that being overly perverted, not his word, mine, will stop that from happening. Yeah, exactly. Basically, yeah. Vaush, this dude, exactly. As ordinary, just being an opportunist to get more views, being by a spicy take. Exactly. Yeah.
Shut up. Okay. Second of all, that the extent to which people engage in sexual activity is not a marker of their participation in a community. Okay. Look, here's how pride works. All right. Get ready. Okay. Everyone, get ready. So I'm gonna draw a square. I know, not a very fun shape, but that's what we're going with. This right here is pride. Okay. What should pride be?
I don't
What
know.
pride should be now is not what pride should have been 30 years ago. Keep
Hmm.
in mind, we're not working off history here. We're working off modern need, okay? Modern utility, okay? What should pride be? Now, in my mind, pride should make it a rainbow so it's more exciting. That takes effort. In my mind, okay? This is my brain. Here's my perspective, okay? Pride should be an uncontroversial celebration of queer identity and queer history as a way of A, putting on a good face for the normies, B, giving people who are on the cusps of the community an entry into it, like an opportunity to dip their toes in, C, showing people what it's all about, and D, being fun, okay?
What sort of shit is this? This is pretty much just grooming. What Vaush is talking about right now, this is grooming, basically. This is like IRL grooming, basically. This is like, bro, what are you even talking about right now?
The reason why I like these elements is because I think that it works to A, normalize
Yeah,
like
he
gay
really
people,
doesn't.
which is good. That's good. And B,
Yeah.
it makes it easier for people who
shouldn't,
might otherwise not
exactly.
participate in the gay community jump into it. See, that's important, okay? It's important that that happen. If a person is gay or trans or lesbian, I'm just going to say gay generally because
Yeah,
LGBT saying over and over again has more
Yeah,
sense.
yeah.
If a person is gay, generally, why care about the opinion of cisheads? Ban that person. We'll get to you. So
I love it.
if a person is gay, it can often be a really isolating experience, especially if you're young, okay? Or queer. Let's go with queer. If a person is queer, it can often be a really isolating experience, okay? So let me remind you guys, if you're 26 and like a gay dude, you don't have shit on 14-year-olds starting to realize they may be queer, gay, lesbian, trans, whatever,
Bruh.
okay? You don't have shit on them.
What made them think that, though? That's the real thing. What made them think that?
All right? They are the ones who need the greatest amount of social support. Okay, trust me.
Exactly.
They're the ones who need the representation. They're the ones who need the public support. They're the ones who need the entryism. They're the ones who need all the help they can get. Okay, I'm fucking 27. Okay, I'm queer. It doesn't affect my life in the slightest. Nobody bothers me. It helps that I live in a progressive city, but my age also gives me the ability to separate myself from people who might be hateful towards me because of my identity. I have the power in that situation. If I have neighbors who I don't like, if I have coworkers who I don't like, if there are people in my life who I don't like and they hate me because I like men too, I can easily cut them out of my life, or maybe with some difficulty. But a kid has no power, okay? No.
The thing is, it just, oh man, it proves so many things. Like, if you live in a big city, it's typical that, you know, the chances of you being a homo are pretty good. You know, it's like I live in a mid-tier city, like I say, you know, fairly, you know, just barely meeting the 100,000 mark, you know, but it's like, come on. When you live in like a big city with a lot of high rises and shit like that, no, I mean, it's the chance of you being, you know, like bisexual or something like that, I imagine rise significantly. I imagine, yeah. And pride events won't be normalized, especially in Eastern Europe, for example. Absolutely not. Mm-mm. Having gay coworkers and neighbors, yeah, that act regular has done way more for gay people as far as public perception than Pride Parade. Absolutely. Mm-hmm.
No power in that respect. A kid is forced to communicate and spend time with all of the people that lined up for them through the procession of their parental decisions and et cetera, okay? That is, they have to follow that line. They have very little power to adjust it, okay? Which is why they need the greatest amount of support. This is why people who say that pride isn't for kids should unironically go fucking walk off, okay, into the woods of Nebraska and go live and prim lifestyles where they can never again reach a computer and tell me what they think pride should be, okay? You are so selfish.
Golly. This is grooming. This is literally grooming. Like I say, I know that Vaush has talked about this and pretty much just tried to issue the arguments, but when it comes down to people like, what is it? That, what's that kid? Something amazing. You know, the one that you know is doing drugs and shit like that. That kid, I feel so sorry for that kid. I really do. But, you know, motherfuckers like this will not say a word about it.
So fucking selfish when you, an adult, try to tell everyone that pride shouldn't be for kids because you want to do adult shit at Pride. You are so fucking self-obsessed. It makes me disgusted to be a part of this community to see takes like that taken seriously. Oh, dude, Pride historically has been about throwing bricks at cop cars. First of all, fuck you, LARPer. You weren't doing shit like that. Second of all, if you really care about throwing bricks at cop cars, you shouldn't need Pride as an excuse, all right? You can throw it at any time. Not that I'm endorsing that, Twitch. Thank you very much. But don't pretend like Pride was like the one avenue of social unrest that you had the opportunity to participate in, okay? Because it's not. And it never has been, all right? What you're doing is you're LARPing. You're sacrificing the accessibility to kids in favor of some weird aesthetic that, and I'm going to take a hot take here, betting most of the people who are bitching about this on social media have never actually been to a Pride event. Pretty confident in that. Pretty fucking confident in that. I'd bet that hard, okay?
Oh, absolutely. What's going on, Southern Northern Nationalists? All right. We're getting into some fringe. I'm just warning
Pride
you.
Events are presentable and like accessible to kids. The one in Humboldt, the one that I went
God
to
save Arkansas. Yeah.
Okay. It was literally
Arkansas.
Just like a big fairground type thing.
What's going on, Uncle?
And there were like booths over here and there, like make a tie-dye shirt, go buy this bar of soap made from a local vendor, Here you can buy some flags. I think the most suggestive thing I remember is that somebody molded lollipops into like big dicks or something. But like the broader, I mean, it was just fun. It's just funny. Okay, whatever.
It's funny. It's funny that we make lollipops into penises for kids, and people ask, "What's that?" Yeah, that's really safe for kids. But he just kind of notice how he eschews all that, right? And he's like, "Oh, but we should allow kids. Yeah, we just need kid friendly Pride." It's like, and then separate. Basically, he says that we should separate Pride between like a daytime one versus the nighttime freaky deaky one. This dude is oh man, he's too far gone. Talk about brain rot.
Broader atmosphere, I think, was broadly presentable. And if you're a parent, you let your kid buy the popsicle dick, that's on you. I mean, whatever. But generally speaking, it felt like things were kept like fairly accessible to everyone. Okay. You can argue like the edge cases on that or whatever, but fine. So the problem is, okay, that there are some Pride events where there are displays of what I would consider very obviously sexual behavior in ways that are not like shuttled off to some little booth in the far back that you have to look for specifically, but are like made a core element of the presentation.
Yeah.
And this is where it really gets me, okay? This really, really bugs me because there are so many.
See, the thing is, he's trying so hard to be like legit, but still support it. It's like, well, we just need to reform it. This is pretty much just reformism, isn't it? This is pretty much just reformism. Like, if we just do things this way, it'll be so great. No, dude, are you kidding me?
Bad faith comparisons that I see online. So, I think Pride should be appropriate to children. Okay, I mean,
even in the Soviet Union, you would not. Once again, this is probably why Vaush is against the Soviet Union. This shit would be banned. This shit would be banned. The shit that Vaush is describing in any way, even the kid-friendly stuff, it would be banned. Rightfully so. It would be banned in the Soviet Union. That's why I think even conservatives today, I think real conservatives, socially conservative people, would rather be in the Soviet Union than would be in modern-day America. Let's keep it real. Let's keep it 100. You know what I mean? Yeah. Press X if you think that Vaush owns a fedora. Absolutely. Yeah. Like I say, once again, I remember that letter by Stalin, though. This is one of the most base parts of Stalin, where he, this gay dude was like, Mr. Stalin, you need to be polite to the, you need to be polite to all the homosexuals, this and that. And he was like, when he responded to the letter, he's like, a degenerate. I love that. Oh, man. Oh, yeah. Oh, man. Yeah. Kid-friendly should be looked at with far more suspicion. Absolutely, yeah. Because USSR is Noswell dystopia by Radlib logic. Exactly. If conservatives actually, even knew how base the Soviets were. Exactly.
You should be like, if you're like a gay parent, if you're like 35, and you got like a 9-year-old kid, you should be able to go there. And not only should you be able to...
To be honest with you, there is so much cringe in the U.S. Even if there was balkanization, you wouldn't be able to get rid of all the cringe. There's just so much cringe in this country. It's hard to know. But you know what? At the end of the day, I think it's still better than this crap. To be honest with you, but that's just me.
To go there, you should be able to invite like your kids' friends' parents
Elements
there.
of the
Like you
church.
should be,
Oh, cool.
hey, like my kid and your kid want to hang out. Maybe they could go this and we could like hang out or something like that kind of thing. You know?
Yeah.
Like that's how presentable I want it to be. And a lot of places are that presentable. I don't want to give the impression that all pride events are like these degeneracy havens that
They
and,
are
like, I'm
though.
complaining against that. I'm mostly
They are. But okay.
complaining against
And I've never been to one because but bruh, no, absolutely not.
people on social media who think that pride should be some sort of nightclub spillover fuckfest who do not give a shit about the kids. But there's a group even worse than them. There's the group of people who say, no, pride should be for kids. And we should have sexual activity at pride.
Bruh. There's so many clips I could have made, but it was just too easy. It's too easy to make clips like this. It's too easy, but it's like, holy crap.
And that's where all the pedo accusations come in. Okay? Now, let's address these arguments real quick. Okay? Now, this mostly gets hung up on what constitutes sexual activity. And people come out with the arguments.
Hell no.
If you go to the
Hell
beach,
no.
you see people in boxers, you see people in bikinis. Is this sexual activity? To which I would say no. Culturally and contextually, beaches are places where people wear that type of clothing. I don't think anybody thinks of that as sexual activity. I don't think anyone thinks of that as inappropriate. Additionally, beaches tend to be spread out. They tend to be a lot of distance between the people.
Beach, please. Beach, please.
Who attend them. And additionally, beaches aren't presentative. There isn't a central aesthetic focus to a beach.
Beaches ain't shit.
You go there for the beach.
Too easy. It's
you
too
know?
easy.
So for those reasons, like, I don't think this is necessarily a clean comparison. All right. Now, if you're wearing like leather gimp gear or some sort of BDSM dog hood on a leash or some shit, I think this is sexual. Now, a lot of people, they've said, oh, this isn't sexual. How is this sexual? You can go to Victoria's Secret and see people in a bikini on the advertisement, which, first of all, okay, having an advertisement with like softcore nudity is nowhere near the same as a gigantic fucking block party with men in leather thongs dancing.
Inshallah, the Victoria's Secret in the mall, a place I don't go that much. I believe that our Victoria's Secret is shut, so inshallah, that will not occur again. Absolutely.
Around, okay. I can't. This
plenty
is
of people who have problems with modern. Yeah.
All right. This is not even remotely
modern beach attire
for so many reasons that are so obvious that I worry the people making these takes legitimately have never been outside. So to them, a picture on a billboard and a person in real life, they carry the same weight in their head. Like to them, like their minds have melted until they don't understand the difference between bringing a kid to a shopping mall and walking by a Victoria's Secret and bringing a kid to Pride and seeing a bunch of dudes in leather fucking gimp suits being led around by a leash. The idea to me that there are people in actual good earnest faith making the comparison between those two things is unfathomable to me. This sounds like a trad take, not gonna lie. Mods, you can just ban everyone who says shit like that. None of these people.
I love it. He just doesn't. Oh man, he will become Destiny though, won't he? Yeah, I said in a video that Vaush has become Destiny. He will slowly become Destiny more and more, where it's like people will just get banned. He doesn't. This is where he still wants to be good faith and actually thinks that he gives a crap. He's eventually just going to be doing this and just like
people belong in my community.
Oh man.
Now, additionally, okay, cool. Yeah, just absolutely just purge. Okay,
Inshallah, definitely. Yeah.
Okay, these people, they don't have arguments, by the way. They just want to be able to wave their dick around in front of kids. Yeah, I'll say it. I think you're fucking weird. Yeah. Okay. So the idea that these things are comparable, okay, is absolutely ridiculous to me. Additionally, a lot of the people, they'll make these arguments.
It is.
Have you heard this argument while participating in the discourse online? You're so prudish and American, seeing a person in like tight leather thong or seeing a person naked even, it's not harmful to children. We should destigmatize nudity and sexuality. They're not the same thing, which...
Oh, please. This is the same thing. This is literally the same argument that you give about transgenderism. Like, sex and gender aren't the same thing, bro. And now he's doing like an element of that, like, oh, well, actually, come on, man. Are you serious?
I don't know if the argument they're making here is that it should be okay to flash children in subway train stations. Is that the argument they're making? Like you're like walking with your kid like in the New York subway and someone flashes their dick at you and like the kid's like and somebody else like and you're like no. Sexuality and nudity aren't the same thing. Come on, guys. What are these trad takes right here? No. Come on. Oof, that's a pretty shitty bad equivalency. No, it's not. You're just too stupid to get it. The argument is that even if nudity is inherently sexual,
Hold on, is this just
there
still?
are
Oh, he's still
contexts
arguing
in
with it.
which
Holy
it's
shit!
inappropriate to engage in public. Like, for example, all of society, you fucking idiots. Jesus Christ, do we really have to argue back to this point? One of the core things that I learned when I got my fucking kinky rocks on or whatever in college was public play is irresponsible unless done in a controlled setting because people around you haven't consented to being a party to your sexual activity.
I've heard this over and over about Vaush, though, is that he met this Brazilian chick or something like that and just turned him out. Imagine what would Vaush be if that Brazilian chick had not turned him out. Man, that's like some alternate, what sort of timeline would that be, huh? If he hadn't been turned out by that Brazilian chick. Man.
This is like 101 stuff. The fact to me that people are backing off this position, like, oh yeah, sure. It's a violation of others' consent to involve them in sexual activity in public, unless it's at
That's
Pride.
True. That
in
is
which
true.
Case
People's
it's
Rooster.
Totally okay. What? Are you fucking joking?
Amen.
Are you kidding me right now?
Man
Unless
shall
you
not
do
lie
this
down with
wrap
man.
around and you're like, well, actually, it's not sexual at all. The gimp suits and the dog mask, to which I say, fuck off and come on, guys. I'm honestly right now.
Yep.
I'm arguing past the boundary that I need to. There's only one point I actually need to make. Okay, you know what it is? People aren't comfortable around people wearing gimp suits and dog masks. That's it. People should be comfortable going to Pride. That's it. You don't have to like the argument.
No, you shouldn't have Pride at all.
It's the people will pull out to defer from this position are insane to me. Like
No,
like,
too easy.
I'm actually
too
asking
easy.
because I just want to ban all the people who give the wrong answer on this, okay? Would you be okay with a bill saying that for like sex ed given to your kids, that rather than being like read out from a book, that the teacher gets naked and like shows on their body? Would you be okay with that? Is that okay? Because nudity isn't sexual, right? It's like totally fine, right? Okay, we're looking for any yesers in chat want to get yeah. Because this seems like the natural logical progression from what I'm seeing online. Like, nudity and sexuality need to be destigmatized. Look, dog, okay? Nudity is not inherently sexual, but inherently isn't what we're talking about. We're talking about the culture that we live in, okay? You know what else isn't inherently offensive? Flipping people.
This is literally Sodom and Gomorrah right here. This is literally like, yeah. I mean, the thing is, there are so many reasons the U.S. needs to be destroyed. It's like everybody agrees with this, but it's just like, what is he? Oh my God, I can't. Go ahead.
Off, calling them the N-word. It's just a collection of vibrations through the soundscape, okay? That's not inherently harmful. Saying slurs isn't inherently harmful. It's only contextually harmful. Well, we live in a society. Guys, okay? We live in a society. So
that's fair.
Inherently this or that is a completely invalid argument when we're talking about the potential to harm people, okay? Inherently, anytime a person says something is inherently this or that, it almost naturally invalidates their argument because we almost never talking about things which are inherently anything, okay? So I feel like I've dispensed with most of the bad faith arguments here, and a lot of the people here have been banned, but I just want to say, people who are arguing it's not inherently sexual to be led around by a leash and a dog mask.
Bruh.
I don't give a fuck. It's considered sexual.
Bruh.
Everyone considers it sexual. Everyone does. You're the only lunatic who doesn't, okay? You could take photos of a person being led around in public in a dog mask with a leash and show them to 1,000 people, and I guarantee you the overwhelming majority of those people are going to say it's sexual. And given that whether or not something is sexual is a social construct, I defer to the wisdom of the masses on this.
Bruh. So hold on. So when Rihanna did that video a few years back where she had like what is it, that Perez Hilton, on a leash, is he going to talk about shit like that? But he's not going to. No, he's not.
Particular subject. What about topless women in public? Well, that's an interesting question right there, okay? Do women go topless in public in states where they're allowed to? The answer is no. In New
Yeah.
York City, they're allowed to, aren't they? But they don't. Do you know why? It's because there are cultural and social repercussions to going topless in public. Now, maybe in the far future, like a
You know, I'm gonna be honest with you. You know, I'm gonna say Sunni Islam because it's easier, but honestly, Sunni Islam is looking better and better. Honestly, Islam is looking better and better. I'm gonna be honest with you. You know, I'm even starting to give up on pork eventually. Hopefully, you know, just give up on pork all the way, and then just be like, yeah, inshallah. You know, honestly, dude. Honestly, I'm almost there. Honestly.
billion years from now, or whatever, maybe then all humans are enlightened and we're all levitating with our brain power and we're all naked and nobody cares because nobody considers it sexual. People only wear clothing to protect us from the harsh solar radiation when we travel into space and fly off to our interstellar fucking colonies, okay? Maybe then, all right? But the problem is, people aren't living in that zone right now. And the arguments for nudity not being...
Vaush is just trying to put the genie back in the bottle, and it's just not going to occur. It's that simple. It's like closing Pandora's box. No. People are just nasty. There are just a certain amount of people in this world who are just nasty. And yeah, that's all I have to say to it. Honestly.
Inherently sexual are not going to ring particularly well when I fucking climb up on a
There you
ladder
go.
to your second
Yeah.
story bathroom or
Subhanallah,
bedroom window
yeah.
and start jerking off in front of it, okay? You're not going to appreciate
Well, Holly
my
Thomas,
extremely
yeah, exactly.
woke
One day,
arguments
yeah.
on whether or not nudity is inherently sexual then, are you? Okay? No, you're not. Because all of you live in a society too, and the only reason you're taking this fucking devil's advocate position is because you like the idea of being horny at Pride, okay? Jerking off in public is already against the law. What an incredible homophobic
And then he labels it homophobic. This is literally like, oh, you're anti-Semitic because you disagree. Because they talk about shit like that, it's homophobic. Oh my, this is ridiculous.
element of discrimination. Am I right, guys? Look,
God damn.
guys, you guys ready? Here's what you can do. The main Pride event should be accessible to everyone. Did you know that there's never just one Pride event in any city ever? Did you know that there are billions of block parties and after parties, clubs hosting special events, fucking private venues hosting shows and all that shit afterwards? Everywhere in every city in America that has more than 10,000.
I thought you're an anti-capitalist, though, where you shouldn't have these types of clubs where they make money off of literal degeneracy. But okay, bro.
People and its population?
See, this is where I think Caleb Maupin is correct. Like the whole faux left, the whole fake left. I can't even think of his words, but where it's like you get all this sexual stuff where it's like, bro, it's okay if there's sex workers and whatnot. They should be able to do what they want. It's like, bruh. It's like they got rid of that shit. Even the anarchists in freaking Spain got rid of that crap. As cringe as they were. Like I say, I have no respect for the the CNT FAI at all. But bruh, even they got rid of prostitution. What the hell are y'all on? The synthetic left. That's the word I was thinking of. Sorry. God damn. Yeah. For all that is in this world, the lust of the flesh and the lust of the eyes and the pride of life, not of the Father, but is of the world. Amen. That's true. Yep. You got to be a man of God. You can't be getting into this. Like I say, I have faltered in my life. I'm not going to say I'm perfect. I'm far from it. I'm not going to get into the details because that's not needed. But I know at the end of the day, I got to cut that out of my life, An idle mind, you got to keep yourself busy. Do something productive. Even if you're like, making a shed or something like that, even if you're cleaning out a sink or something like that, it gives you that sort of pride. So, yeah, I want to say that. Yeah. Oh, man. Yeah, for fuck's sake. Liberals are not the same thing as leftists, progressives. Yeah. Yeah, I realize that. I do realize that, Zia Gold. I'm just saying is that there are people that do think that, though. And they do think that, that there are anarchists that are like, yeah, actually, we're against swerves, bro, and all this sort of thing. I'm just saying is that there are people that really think that. And so they get this idea that Antifa are the left and that people like Vaush represent the left on a larger level and all this sort of stuff. So, like I say, man, I don't disagree with you. I'm just saying is that that's what people think. That's the image that's portrayed.
Did you know pride parades aren't the be-all, end-all of public queer advocacy and expression? Did you know that? Are you aware that if you really want to wear a dog mask in front of people, you can go to any of the dozens of available spaces designed to cater to horny adults? You can do that anywhere.
See, the thing, like I said, I'm just going to say this again, is that this is reform, basically. This is, once again, this is the idea of we don't want to get rid of these things. We don't want to get rid of the freaky deaky stuff. We just want to put it in the background. We want to put it down in the basement so people don't see it. You shouldn't have any of it. You shouldn't have any of it. But people like this, he wants to cater to people. Like I said, this is why it will fail. Yeah, China looks better and better. Yeah. Anything looks better and better, but yeah. Soviets got rid of prostitution because it was oppressive to women because it is. Yep, absolutely. He almost drew a swastika. Yeah, exactly. So did China. Yeah, that's true. Leftism are not the same thing. Yeah. Oh, no, I agree. They are not the same thing. Yeah, Vaush is using whataboutism. Even if there are other degenerate events, doesn't mean people have to accept one more. Exactly.
Just, can we let Pride be like an event where people can just like go and it's not this crazy fucking controversy optics nightmare 97 fucking % of the time? Can you clarify if people in a leather vest is sexual or not? Guys,
Bruh.
I don't know why when I say leather gimp suit, people hear this. Hold on. Gay leather. Let me show you what's not inappropriate.
I'm going to skip ahead here. Breaking the law, breaking the law, breaking the law, breaking the law. Even I kind of like Judas Priest. They made some good music, but yeah, come on now. They did popularize this.
It's open on my Google Images on my other monitor, which are quite inappropriate that I'll not be showing for Twitch purposes. But also, like, here, I can show this. Also, if you're, like, wearing an open jacket, dogs, you can wear an open jacket, like, anywhere in America. This is fine. You can wear this anywhere.
Western Islam, exactly. Oh, yeah.
Like, anywhere at all. Okay?
Yeah. Macho man. Yeah, exactly.
They actually are complaining about that, though. I strongly disagree. From the discourse that I've seen online, people are mostly using that dog fetish leash thing as an example of inappropriate behavior. And then people acting in bad faith are like, you have a problem with leather? Okay. And then they post a picture of like a gay guy completely dressed in leather. I think that is fetish wear, though. Yeah, but you know what else is fetish wear? Leggings. But you can wear leggings in public. Just because there's an article of clothing associated with kink or fetish doesn't mean that every public demonstration of that piece of clothing is inappropriate. Obviously, okay? But can we really... Look,
yeah,
I'm not
that's
trying
true.
to define the lines here, okay? I'm not telling you there is a very solid,
fornicating woman and fornicating man flog each other, each one of them with 100 stripes.
This is acceptable.
Nobody
and this
for
is
them
unacceptable, because you know what?
Should prevail upon you in the matter of Allah's religion.
Anywhere. We can't even agree what acceptable clothing is for high schoolers in school. There is no way to determine with perfect accuracy what an acceptable line is. I'm only making the argument that
is he still arguing with her?
Sexual behavior around
He's still arguing with her.
That kink, BDSM, pet play, dom shit is sexual behavior that you shouldn't engage in around children, and that pride should be accessible to kids. Those are the arguments that I am making.
No, pride should not be accessible to kids, and no, pride should not exist at all. Simple answer.
Okay? If you want to wear a spiked collar or like cat ears or some shit, those are associated with kink. You can wear them anyway. You can wear that shit to fucking school these days, probably. I don't know. The kids are crazy these days. People care less and less about this stuff. And in 10 or 20 or 30 years, maybe the line moves on this, okay?
Yeah, and society will not exist.
When the line moves, we can have this conversation again, okay? Maybe in the year 2172, okay? When the teleportation and levitation shit's finally starting to kick in, maybe everyone just wears thongs and pasties in the future, okay? Maybe. Maybe that's just the default. Maybe the president wears that. 'That's just the uniform in the future. Okay, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe 2170.
What the fuck is this about?
I don't know what's going to be going on down there.
This is literally like he's just pointing his kinks out there, like, oh yeah, that's going to be the future because I want that to be that way, bruh.
The lines are culturally determined, and they're variable, and they're arbitrary, and they differ from culture to culture. I'd be okay with pride parades in Europe maybe being a little bit more permissive with nudity than pride parades in America, for the same reason that I think it's okay to do some things in some countries, but not other things in other countries. The broader utilitarian concern is conforming to the cultural expectations that you...
Bruh. What is he doing? Oh, man. Men and women need to keep themselves busy in productive ways. That is one of the things. That's why men need to learn, like, carpentry and, like, woodworking and, like, plumbing, shit like that. And, you know, to keep themselves busy mentally. Because otherwise, you fall into these traps. Let's see here. What the hell is this? What are these videos? Ooh, Steve 1989. Let's see here. Okay. Oh, wait, I'll save those for later. So what in the world is this? Oh, sorry. Oh, I hate the Antichrist. Okay.
Surrounded! Come drink your corn syrup! I hate the Antichrist! I hate the Antichrist! The Messiah will be victorious! The Antichrist will fail! The Vatican will burn! BlackRock, the World Bank, the slave masters will all fall! The slaughterhouse's Yukon Kingdom will burn! Even if I die, like a million arrows we will fly! In God I will be reborn! The truth will be revealed! Holy, holy, holy is the Lord! We got him, sir! You won't need to worry about trouble at the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade anymore! Liberty the country! My astral body will live on! Problem official!
Wow. Woo! That's a lot to take in. Shit. Holy moly. Woo. Yeah, it helps you to understand these moments where Vaush says things like that on stream. He really does, yeah. Okay, let's finish this shit up. Holy moly.
Live of the country you live in. And if you disagree with that, then my follow-up question would be, how would you feel about going to Saudi Arabia as long as you were given some kind of diplomatic immunity and holding a pride parade over there using the same kind of clothing and attitudes that you do over here in the States? You fucking wouldn't, would you? No, you fucking wouldn't. No, you would not. Absolutely you would not. None of you are stupid enough to try. Because the cultural inclinations of a society matter when deciding how to behave in public events there. Okay? Does that make sense? Are we all on board now? Anyone... I just want to point out, by the way, that, like, basically all pride or queer-oriented events that aren't the main pride event every year are already catering to adult interests. So the people who are saying we should be able to be super fucking horny in public are saying, not only do we deserve all of this territory and all of this territory and all the clubs and all the events and all the bars and all the private parties, we also deserve the main pride event, which they're free to go to, by the way. Just wear clothes. That's what they're saying. And I find their arguments unconvincing and their behavior incredibly selfish. Not to mention the optics stuff. I haven't even talked optics, okay? But yeah, Pride is basically the most forward-facing, like, optically available, like, queer event in America. And every year we get the same discourse. Wouldn't it be easier to just, like, saddle the controversy a little bit, considering how
I'm tired of seeing this bullshit, so I'm just gonna unsubscribe while I'm on screen.
Every year we get 1,000,001 new...
I don't care about this crap.
Because I'm going to be real with you guys. I really do think that the people who want to be kinky at Pride just get off on being transgressive. Okay, I do.
And I don't care about this.
I don't think they sincerely.
I'm saying it's probably nice, but no.
Crazy like, civil rights fight. I just think it gets their dick hard to be super transgressive in public. Which, hey, by the way, you don't have to be gay for that to be the case. Okay, straight people also get off on being transgressive in public. That doesn't make it good, and that doesn't make it a civil rights struggle. Okay. All right. I think we did it. But you're literally promoting the idea that gays are pedos? No, I'm saying the idea that people
Oh.
adamantly fighting for the right to be sexual in front of children are pretty suspicious in that regard, okay? And I think the vast majority of IRL fucking queer people would consider the online positions I've seen people take insane, by the way. Just from the queer people I've met in real life, I can say this very confidently that if I talked to them about this would be a no-brainer for them. Yeah, Pride should be available for kids. Yeah, we probably shouldn't do any crazy sex stuff at Pride. Yeah,
Bruh.
obviously. But then I go online, a bunch of fucking bread tubers who have probably never been to a Pride event in their fucking life are dying on this hill. I'm sorry, I shouldn't be mean to the people who are doing this. But like, God, come on. No!
Good. All right, we've had enough cringe. Okay. Vaush is the last person called anybody says. He really is. He really is. Okay, let's hear this for a minute.
Time flies when you're having
All right, we're done with this too.
Sit back and watch the morning sun and gather around, grab another beer. It's a long ass journey to
Vaush is an N-word. It really is at this point, yeah.
I've had visions of the future's past. These black and white images, they just don't last. They'll kill you then, they'll kill you now. I've got martyrs on my wall and I won't bow down.
R.I.P. to Kingfisher. There you go. R.I.P. Huey Long, man. R.I.P. Press F.
Wander for days through deserted lands. Not a creature in sight, just a one-man band.
Mm-hmm.
And preachers will preach, and talkers will talk, but I don't give a damn if you don't walk this walk. Politicians, they sell their souls. Corporations will swallow you whole. Breaking your back just to survive, asking what am I doing with my life.
Yep.
People say we're fucking mad, that history died with forgotten facts. Snake oil sales, it's where it's at. Make a money
Yeah, he's pretty bad.
now
Yeah.
and get out fast. Leaders will pass, but the dream never dies as the sound of revolution glistens in your eyes. Calling legionnaires, squads and infantrymen, we fight for honor and glory, and we're destined to win. Time
good.
to grab another beer. It's a long ass journey to the new frontier.
That's a nice song. Okay, let's see what we got here. So, let's watch a little bit of this. Let's have a little bit of a palate cleanser, huh? We're gonna have a little bit of a palate cleanser with good old Steve 1989. You can't go wrong, like I say. Let's go ahead and promote my man Jimmy Whisper though first. Hold on, let me see here.
When the Germans head for Moscow and the weather's vile,
I simply look on as they all freeze to death, and that really makes me smile.
Funny. Okay, you can't go wrong though with Steve 1989, right? You can't go wrong with my man Steve 1989. We need a hella palate cleanser though. And I need some water. So I'm gonna let this play for a minute.
This is the newest version of the Canadian Forces Individual Meal Pack, or IMP. And this is the old version, and the packaging we're all familiar with, that old paper lunch bag. The new one weighs 1 pound 10.3 ounces or 747 grams, while the old weighs 1 pound 12.5 ounces or 807 grams. It's 60 grams heavier. And the new IMT is not only 60 grams lighter, but the outer packaging is resealable.
Got me some water.
And it's 100% waterproof.
Feel a little bit better. All right.
Finally be
Pulled pork
submerged in
haram.
water
Oh, yeah,
without
exactly.
spraying
Yep.
a leak.
Let's go ahead and skip to the end on this here.
Why?
Okay.
All right.
Okay, I watched this one later. Let's see here. I saw another recommended video here, so let me take a look. Let me see here. Okay, Jake English. Let's take a look at what you got there. Turn that off. I'll watch this one later. Yeah, sorry. I'll watch this one later. There we go. And there we go.
Everyone wants to know what your thoughts on Pol Pot are.
Pol Pot got closer to achieving communism than any other socialist state.
There you go. It's funny, yeah. Khmer Rouge MRE win. Okay. Oh, let's see what we got here. Let's go ahead and do something. Let's go ahead and see something else here. Let's see what else we got here. No more Vaush. Don't worry, no more. Like I say, I try not to talk about him very much because it's just cringe, but when you see him continue to make a, you got to kick someone when they're down, right? All right, yeah. Let's see what we got here. Let me see here. I know there's got to be a good Steve 1989 video in here somewhere. Here we go. Unless there's something else y'all want me to watch. Let me see here. Another link. Okay, here's another link. Okay. Thank you for another link. Here we go then. Oh. It's in Hebrew. Okay, let's take a look at this. Oh, we see Theodore Herzl. Okay.
ב-1893, העיתונאי תיאודור הרצל, יהודי מלידה אבל נאמן מסור לתרבות הגרמנית, מציע הצעה משלו לפתרון שאלת היהודים. הוא יזמין את האפיפיור בשם אחוות הגזעים להטביל לנצרות את כל יהודי אוסטריה בטקס מיוחד שיערך בכנסיית סן סטפן שבווינה. וכך הוא כותב ביומנו. בערך לפני שנתיים חפצתי לפתור את שאלת היהודים, לכל הפחות באוסטריה, בעזרת הכנסייה הקתולית. ביקשתי להבטיח לעצמי בראשונה את עזרת נסיכי הכנסייה באוסטריה ולהשיג על ידיהם ראיון אצל האפיפיור כדי להגיד לו, עזור לנו מפני האנטישמים, ואני מחולל תנועה כבירה בין היהודים, שיעברו באופן חופשי.
Good old Theodore Herzl, right? Yeah. Brap. Exactly. Yeah. Oh, boy. Let's see here. Kaz got a meme. Yeah. Did you see the 60-minute clips of the U.S. military and UFOs? Thoughts if you did. I think UFOs exist, but I just don't. I think that it's a ploy. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Oh, Lord. Yeah. Yeah. I saw it, man. It's all good. Don't ruin the reputations of us comics. No, absolutely not. No. I have more respect for actual MLs than I do for people like Vaush. But yeah, he's just screwed up the Discord so much, you know?
חופשי וגאה לנצרות. הרצל גם מתאר בפרטי פרטים את תוכנית ההתנצרות ההמונית המתוכננת. המרת הדת תתבצע לאור היום ביום ראשון בצהריים בקתדרלת סטפן הקדוש.
Skip to the end here. Or get close to it.
הפגנה בחוק. ומולה הפגנה אחרת, שמציבה את הוויכוח באופן מעוות לחלוטין, כחלק מבית המשפט, גם אגב, חלק מהבעיה.
Let me see if I can find a clip. Hold on. Since I'm going to go ahead, let's go ahead and do this one last thing as a clip here. Let me see if I can find it. There's nothing bad in my history here. Let me see here. Did I delete it? Hold on. I don't think I did. Hold on. I want to see if the clip comes up. Oh yeah, here it is. This is the clip. Okay. This is some shit right here. This is some mask off shit right here. This is some hold on. Yeah. This is some yeah. We're just going to cut to the good stuff, which is about right here. Let's hear this. Oh man, I wouldn't normally bring up this cringe lord, but if we're going to do cringe lords, let's do this one too.
Is one, for example, where John Bolton would have a lot of disagreements with a lot of the people in the hockey community, but everybody likes him because he's a no BS kind of guy who doesn't really put up with the isolationist rhetoric that a lot of people are selling. So, but that's the thing, when you know people personally, then it's easier to have drama happen, right? So, whereas John Bolton, he's not in the Hawk Chat, so he was never in the Hawk Chat. So.
Why would a grown man be in your? Why would he be in your DMs or in any sort of? Why? No, he would not.
Hanzik says Destiny has no convictions. He just says the most baity stuff on Twitter to get attention. Yeah, I mean, his Twitter's weird, too. He was doing some anti-Israel stuff that was ridiculous. I don't keep up with him. He just seems like an edgy boy. But at the same time, he's also super boring.
Yeah.
Like, that's the thing. I honestly get similar vibes from him as I've gotten from Asuka before. Which is like, you see this really boisterous opinion expressed on social media, very edgy. This hot take.
Just wait. The mask is gonna come off here.
And then you actually hear their voice in real life, and you're like, this is the most boring and bland and low energy person I've ever heard. How do they sound so fiery on social media in text? And then you actually listen to them, and they just sound snoring and boring. I don't know, man. Yanzik says, refusing to platform genocide denial is a responsible decision. Yeah, I should hope so,
Bruh. This guy.
Yanzik says, she did clarify her position in a stream chat a few days ago on a stream we did. All she did was double down on her initial rhetoric over and over again. Well, no, I was told that she did.
I don't care about your bullshit. But we got some other shit. I'm trying to speed it up.
The fact that, her, this long-standing member of the hockey community,
we don't care, bro.
Or clarify her statements, from what I saw at least. It's my understanding of what happened. Chris says, Mark Ruffalo made a surprising tweet.
Oh no, I did see it. Yeah, I saw it. Yeah,
for labeling what's occurring in Israel a quote-unquote genocide.
I saw it. That was pretty funny. Yeah.
I mean, the only genocide that's occurring in Israel right now is Hamas indiscriminately launching over 4,000 rockets to try to kill as many Jews as possible.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I mean, I don't. By the way, I don't know how anybody can look at that situation there. That's not
okay. Here we go. We got some classic mask off stuff here. Here we go.
A radical fundamentalist on the other side, look at that situation and not side with Israel. Like, if you have any rationality
about looking at the radical fundamentalism and not side with Israel, bruh, are you serious?
If you have any humanity, if you have any common decency,
yes, he is.
If you have any empathy, you would be not just generally supportive of Israel, you would be a Zionist. You would say yes.
You would be a Zionist? This dude does. I don't think he knows what Zionism means. I don't think you know what that word means.
I believe that Jews have the right to self-determination and to be secure in their own land.
Bruh, this is literally like we must secure. Bruh, is this really this is literally like 1488 right here. Here we go.
It doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure that out. It just takes somebody who has a general knowledge.
We must secure the existence of our people.
That have been continually and perennially perpetrated against Jewish people for thousands of years. Not to mention the 3 occasions in which the neighbors of Israel have ganged up to try to wipe the Jews off the map. There's
hold on, huh? Let me see here. Hamas wouldn't allow, to even drag, wouldn't even allow drag. Of course, they're genocidal. Yeah, exactly. Let me see. Yeah. That covers content that will range you. This is it. Okay, let me see here. Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. This is some, okay. Oh, shit. This is... Okay. Let's see what we got here.
ما انتم عاصيم زي لو حكيت هذا غير قانوني. هم براعوا في اراضي الناس، براعوا في اراضي المواطنين، هم براعوا هذا زرع للمواطنين من ناحيه التشجير، وهو براعي بيعتدي على الناس كما بيعتدوا على الناس.
אשר מנפו עם עבדאללה אבו רחם. לעדכן את הצבא, אני לא כל כך בשליטה.
Oh, wow. How bad is this going to get?
זה עבדאללה אבו רחמה עם עוד איזה מבוגר שאני לא מזהה ועוד איזה צעיר. ורבעי. הרב הגדול מעוז ומגדול.
אנחנו מבקשים מכם.
מצלמים אותו.
לצאת מכאן.
אין לי לשחק איתם, אני מסתדר בדיוק.
רוב מה שאנחנו מבקשים שתעשו מהשטח מעובד. תצאו מהשטח מעובד ואז אין לנו בעיות. אבל כל עוד שאתם בשטח מעובד, כבר הודענו למשטרה ולצבא.
How bad is this going to get?
וזו גניבה. תקבל על העדר שנמצא באדמה לא שלכם. לא, זה גניבה. של מי האדמה הזו?
האדמה הזאת שלנו, של ארץ ישראל. הקדוש ברוך הוא נתן לנו אותה.
מי זורק כאן? מי זורק כאן? מי זורק כאן? האמת, עצמות. מי זורק כאן?
Oh, wow. See, everyone's got the camera to try to protect themselves.
طيب بس افتح الباب افتح الباب افتح الباب.
Oh, wow. Yep. If I didn't take your house, someone else will. Yeah, exactly.
היי! וואו, עצור! מה אתם עושים? בלי אלימות! וואו! עצור! לא להרביץ! לא להרביץ! בלי אלימות! בלי אלימות! בלי אלימות! לא להרביץ!
Wow. Yep. Once again, this is how they, how they treat people that go against their mindset.
זה הרוצח, חלם לי ברוצח. גם כדור, ורצה, אל תתגייס!
Wow. There you go. You know what that reminds me of, to be honest with you? I'm going to show y'all what this reminds me of. Which is, I'm trying to think of the guy now. Sorry. Avraham Tahomi. Yeah, here we go. So Avraham Tahomi. So let's talk about this guy here for a minute. He was Irgun. He executed a fellow Jew by the name of Jacob Israel Dahan. And of course, the thing is, Dahan was a homosexual. Let's be honest. But the thing is, though, it goes to show. So the Dutch Jewish poet, novelist, and diplomat Jacob Israel Dahan was living in Jerusalem as a journalist, was shot and killed. Tahomey was allegedly responsible for the assassination. Dahan had come to Palestine as an ardent Zionist, but he had become increasingly critical of the Zionist organizations as he favored a negotiated solution to the struggle between Jews and Arabs. The murders shocked Palestine and Europe. And this guy also dealt in diamonds, as it's shown here. But yeah, he finally admitted that he was the one that killed him under the leadership because he followed this guy, Yitzhak Ben Zvi. So yeah, this goes to show, like I say once again, of just how, yeah, I like both Haas and Zolt. Yeah, that's fair, yeah. The only democracy in the Middle East. Yeah, exactly. You mean Greater Syria, yeah. When is discussion between Haas and Zolt going to be a thing? I have no idea. I have no idea. When it happens, I guess. Yeah, let's go ahead and listen to this last little bit here. And then I think we'll wrap it up, but yeah.
No way you look at this of Israel being bullied for so long and come to the conclusion that they're the bad guys, unless you're a heartless piece of shit, basically.
Wow.
Like anybody who's not a Zionist at this point is either ignorant or malicious.
Wow. Okay, go ahead.
If they're ignorant, we can try to sway them. If they're malicious, they can get the fuck out. So that's my view. Like it's Zionism or get out, basically.
Wow.
You know? Because what are you saying if you're not a Zionist? You're saying, I think Jews should always just be minorities and be continually persecuted and not be able to defend themselves ever.
That's a straw man. Complete and utter straw man.
Anywhere. That's what you're saying if you're not a Zionist. You might say, oh, well, I'm not Jewish, so who cares? Yeah, I'm not Jewish. I know Nick Fuentes' boys will brigade me and call me a Jew as if that's supposed to be an insult. They're like, look at his ears. He looks like a Jew. I don't care. You don't have to be Jewish to recognize that Zionism is the only way.
Yeah, this guy is a neocon. This guy is 100% a neocon. This guy is, yeah. Yeah, exactly. He's butthurt about corporates. He really is, yeah. He doesn't know what that word means. He really does not. He does not have a clue.
Right. You don't have to be Jewish to recognize that.
Bruh.
Imagine if it was your ethnicity, right?
Hold on. Oh, here we go. Here we go. This is the real mask off shit right here.
Imagine the situation was reversed. Say there were only like 14 million whites, and whites were being historically persecuted for thousands of years.
What? This guy is literally promoting. Come on, bruh. This is so. What are you saying? You have no idea what you're talking about, Kevin. Oh, Lord, have mercy on his soul. Allah have mercy on him, because, oh, man.
And that there were being wars waged to wipe out whites.
He is not. He is not. No, he is a, he's just a neocon goober. Like I say, I'll show you a video showing him. But yeah, using white nationalism to defend, it's literally galaxy brain, He is, he has gone off the deep end.
You would probably want at least one country in the world to exist so that white people cannot be pogromed, right?
What? White people not to be pogromed? What?
And we don't live in that world. We live in the world where that's the situation that the Jews find themselves in. So you either have no empathy and you're a vile sack of crap, or you're just ignorant and haven't thought it through. Those are the only two explanations for not being a Zionist. So, like, it's not just enough to be like, oh, I generally like Israel or whatever. No. If you're not a Zionist, you're a piece of shit, or you're dumb. Those are the only two options. And if you're dumb, there's hope.
Unbelievable.
So, everybody's been dumb on everything at one point in life. So, there's hope. The hope there is education.
Sure, we can check it out.
And that's part of our job. to try to spread the hawk pill, spread the Zionist pill, that kind of stuff, right? Chris says many people haven't read Hamas chapter in it or charter, and it shows.
Bruh.
Oh, absolutely. They don't get it. They think that Hamas is all down for like peace and harmony with Israel and stuff, bro. And it's just the evil Netanyahu. It just wants war, man.
I know who this is. This is this is the dude that this is Billy Corn Pop. Yeah. This is Billy Corn Pop. Yeah. I don't really care. I mean, good for him, I guess, that Billy, how Billy Corn Pop is. Good for him for, identifying himself as Hispano and everything else like that, or, finally accepting his Colombianness because he's Colombian. Good for him. It's just not in my lane, to be honest with you. That's how I feel about this dude. I don't have anything against him directly, but yeah, this is the guy that was Billy Corn Pop. Yeah, I know who he is. Yeah, I know who he is. Yeah, just imagine what people. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So this guy used to be part of Nick Flint. Yeah. And no, he didn't. No, he argued with his crew on Twitter. I guess it's just Twitter beef, basically. It's just basic crap.
Except that Israel has routinely offered peace agreements and Hamas rejects it, violates terms of ceasefires, etc. And they say they don't believe that Israel has a right to exist. They say, long live Palestine, or from the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. And you see their iconography, their insignia, and it's just that entire area. Israel.
This is like literally like Meir Kahana type stuff. This is literally like Meir Kahana level type shit.
Israel and Palestine is one state.
Yeah.
For Palestine. And force the Jews into the water. And the rhetoric, the discourse that I've seen on this is fucking pathetic, okay? I've seen people like Dylan Burns even. I've seen people like him say, well, they don't have the means to do that, so why do we care, basically? I'm looking at that and I'm like, are you serious? It means that we can never have peace with them as long as that's the case. You know? It means that they need to be wiped out. It means we need to get rid of Hamas because Hamas is so incorrigible. Even
Do you mean Hamas or Palestinians? Which one?
A lot of the Arab world has left them in the dust and has finally come around to Israel in recent years. Palestine is a problem child. Palestine isn't a real country. Palestine should not exist. I support a one-state solution. The entire area should be Israel.
Wow. Yeah. Literally Meir Kahane brain. Literally Meir Kahane brain.
Israel used to control the entire area. And in her magnanimity and generosity and desire for peace, Israel actually gave up most of that territory that had been hard fought and won in the wars. And what thanks do these people show Israel?
Yeah.
They continue to try to wipe out every Jew in the world. That's what they show. So no, I'm telling you straight up, it's not enough to just say, oh, well, I guess Israel's kind of cool, but Zionism, that's spooky or whatever. No. You're either a Zionist or you're filth or you're ignorant. Those are
It's so funny to me that he says this. I mean, he's pretty much giving like I've said so many things. I'm sure it's just bad faith, but regardless, I'm going to say it. It's like, this is like literally Meir Kahana type of like evangelical type of talk. And yet this guy co-hosts, his stream with that Spooky Nuki guy who is an anti-theist. He literally hosts, a quote unquote podcast with a guy who is an anti-theist. And yet they promote I really don't understand this. I don't understand how, people like Christopher Hitchens or all these so-called folks like that who will go on and on about Israel. Like, bruh, what are you talking about? I do not get it. These atheists, these brand of atheists who talk about this stuff. It's just like, what happened to people like that?
the 3 different options available.
It's nuts.
So that's it. That's it. There's nothing else. That's nothing else. You're not a Zionist. you're either filth or you're dumb.
Wow.
Those are the two options. So I don't really have anything else to say tonight. So thank you for tuning in, everybody. And I will see you tomorrow. So with that, take care and stay based.
Wow. What was this other video I was gonna? Oh, that's the okay. Oh, that's the internet. Yeah, internet historian. Okay, yeah, I'll watch that later. I'm not gonna make y'all do that. I think that's about it. Yeah, Hitchens was Jewish, so his support mate. Oh, okay. That does. Yeah, every time Israel does something horrible, evangelicals just say it's prophecy. Nothing you can do. Absolutely. Yeah, that's true. It's true. Literally just supremacist state. That's true. Yeah. That makes sense. Yeah. Like I say, maybe I was kind of cringe when I said it that way, but I don't know. Maybe I have too much of a boomer brain about what I think atheism means, what I think this means. So apologies. Like I say. Oh man. Well, let's see here. Let's do one palate cleanser and then we'll finish this up. So let's see here. Go ahead and drop some. Let's find something cozy, huh? I'll give y'all a minute. No problem. Man, I got a lot of wax in my ears. Yeah. Sickening and pissening. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Hitchens was a quarter Jewish. Oh, okay. Okay. Base. People need to stop using that word who aren't base. Exactly. Yeah. Absolutely. Oh Lord, have mercy. That's all I can really say. You know, Allah bless them. God bless them. Do something. You know, help these folks out. You know, do something for them, I guess. Ooh, mama. Ooh, lordy. Comfy, I promise. Okay, that sounds good. I appreciate it, Uncle Ho. Let's see what we got here. Okay.
A tip for Vaush: stay out of teenagers' DMs. No good can come of it.
I love that. That's a good clip. I remember that. Yeah, that's a good one. I remember that clip. Very good. Very cozy. Yeah. Base your Zionist, choose one. Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Oh, man. Okay. Oh, okay. I think I covered as much as I wanted to cover. It's just, oh, man, a lot of crazy stuff. When you hear these folks and whatnot, you know what? There's one last thing, and I was actually going to say. I'll go ahead and take this off for a minute before we finish up. But it's like, you see these folks who use America with 3 Ks. That's such cringe. I'm sorry. It's like, we need to stop doing, yeah, we can do that. No problem, Christian Dissident. We need to stop doing the America with 3 Ks. It's cringe. And it's just, if you really want to make that work, then you're just a loser, frankly. So with that, I think we'll go ahead and wrap this stream up. I appreciate y'all joining me. I'll go ahead and give a shout out to everyone. So, of course, GSP. Shout out to, Constantine Martelli with the War Report. Check them out. Of course, Uncle Ho's putting out the clips. My man No is putting out the clips. Of course, People's Rooster is a good guy. Temujin, of course. Like I said, Kaz back on Discord, Punjabify. Long Dong, my man. Like I said, we've all put out this stuff. Jake English, of course. Zia Gold. I think it may be too moderate. You're okay. You're all right. Nah, we're not bothered by that. But we'll go ahead and close it out here. We'll go ahead and close it with Go Home, Ami, Ami, Go Home. The German song that it is. So I'll go ahead and unplug my mic here. That way we don't get the double audio, and we'll keep it there. But it's okay. Like I say, I like some moderate type stuff. I need someone to kind of, keep me from going off the edge here. Let's go ahead and I'll go ahead and unplug the mic and see you later and a goodbye. Oh, sorry. Wrong thing. I got to change the, I think it's on this one. Yeah, it's on this one. Okay. So we'll go ahead and end it here. See you later and a goodbye.